Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Rushafi bin Amin Sharul, and today I will talk about the impacts of fast fashion and its solutions through sustainable fashion. In 2022, buying clothes has never been easier. You could buy clothes just through a few swipes and touch on your smartphone, or you can just go to the nearest mall and instantly pick up many trendy clothes from Zara, H&M, and many more. These clothes companies are known as fast fashion companies. Why? Because they manufacture cheap and trendy garments in mass quantities frequently. Roughly 80 billion items are manufactured by these fast fashion companies every year. The so-called fast fashion allows customers to buy more, but they're wearing these clothes less often and disposing them at a rapid rate. You're probably thinking, why do people dispose their clothes? Well, there are many reasons to this. Maybe the clothes are no longer in trend, and maybe the quantity of the clothes is neglected by the manufacturer since they want to produce it in mass quantities. Enough talking about other people. How about you? I bet that if you open your closet now, you would find clothes that you don't even wear now and it's been sitting there for at least a year. If you think that intuitively and casually shopping for fast fashion does not bring any harm, it actually does. Among the various issues regarding fast fashion is how it affects the environment. The fast fashion industry consumes one-tenth of all of the water used industrially to run factories and clean products. To put this into perspective, it takes 10,000 liters of water to produce 1 kilogram of cotton, or approximately 3,000 liters of water for just one cotton shirt. That is unacceptable. As of 2019, the current report shows that 62 million metric tons of apparel were consumed globally. As a result, huge amounts of waste are produced because we're simply wearing our clothes for a shorter period, and most of them end up in a landfill. Every second, enough clothes to fill a garbage truck is either burned or sent to a landfill. I'm sure you can see how harmful it is for our environment if this goes on. Not only that, fast fashion impacts the environment, but it also affects the welfare of workers in the fashion industry. Most of the fast fashion brands are unethical. They manufacture their products overseas for cheap labor to cut costs. Although most fashion is consumed in the US, 90% of the world's clothing is produced in low and middle income countries. Each day, 40 million workers endure poor working conditions and earn unfair wages to assemble garments. For instance, garment workers in Bangladesh make about $96 per month. That is not enough to afford their basic needs. Even worse, according to 2018 US Department of Labor report, countries like China, India, Indonesia, Philippines, Vietnam, and others have been implicated in both forced and child labor. This is very sad and unsettling. So, how do we solve this? A simple answer: by transitioning ourselves into sustainable fashion. You might be wondering what makes a type of fashion sustainable. Well, I'll gladly explain it. First, it could be the material that is used in the production process, such as organic material, recycled material, and overall, the materials that avoid toxic and chemicals and the excessive use of water. Secondly, the worker condition that produce the clothes. It is really important for a company to have a fair compensation and just good working condition for those that actually make the clothes. Thirdly, the makes a piece of cloth sustainable is the quality and the timeless design on clothes. Sustainable brands didn't produce pieces that is in trend. Instead, they produce a lot of tops and bottoms that is timeless and versatile that can be worn in many occasions and for a long period of time. So, what can you do as an individual to support the sustainable fashion movement? First, buy less and wear more. Before making a purchase, ask yourself these three important questions. What are you buying and why? What do you really need? And will you wear it at least 30 times? Second, invest in sustainable fashion brands such as Patagonia, Adidas, Levi's, and many more. And lastly, shop secondhand or vintage clothing. With secondhand and vintage now increasingly accessible, you can consider buying pre-loved items when looking to add to your wardrobe. Not only will you extend the life of these garments and reduce the environmental effect, but you can also find one-of-a-kind pieces that no one else will own. You can also resell your clothes rather than dump it in the trash bin where it will eventually end up in the landfill. Let's be honest, no one can change the world by themselves. But if each person starts to make small changes every day, it starts a revolution. I encourage you to start today by taking proactive steps towards advocating for a green-friendly fashion industry and becoming an environmentally conscious consumer so that we can finally slow down climate change. That's all from me. Thank you.